Hello aspirants, in this video we will look into inventions and inventors MCQs. Now this topic is relevant for SSC, railway and other state PCS exams or other central government exams, and these MCQs are made by taking the concepts, by taking the details from those questions only, from those exams question only. So you make sure that you please go through this entire video. Now let's come to question number 1. Question number 1. The first modern air conditioning system was first invented by. So the first modern air conditioning system was invented by. Correct option is option B, that is Wills Carrier. So Wills Carrier was the person who first invented the modern air conditioning system, and it was invented in the year 1902. Now let's move to question number 2. Alfred B. Nobel invented which of the following? So Alfred B. Nobel invented, correct option is option D, that is dynamite. So dynamite was invented by Alfred B. Nobel, and he was the same person who started the Nobel Prize also. So please do remember this fact, and it was invented in the year 1866, and he was a Swedish chemist. Now let's move to question number 3. Which insurance salesman first invented the fountain pen? Now this question was asked in most of the exams like in SSC, CGL, CHSL, MTS, also in railway, ALP and NTPC exam this question was asked, and thus the answer will be, the correct option is option C, that is Louis Edison Waterman. So he was the person who first invented the fountain pen. So C is the correct option, and he discovered this pen in the year 1884, and the pen works with the help of gravity and capillary action. So please remember this fact. Let's move to question number 4. The smallpox vaccine was invented by. So smallpox is a disease, and in this disease what happens that the person infected can also get died, and previously in the past there has been an n number of deaths just because of this disease, and there was a lack of vaccine. Now the vaccine for smallpox was invented by, correct option is option B, that is Edward Jenner. So he was the person who first invented smallpox vaccine. So B is the correct option. Now let's move to question number 5. Who is the only US president to invent and patent something? So the only US president who invented and patented something is, correct option is option A, that is Abraham Lincoln. So he invented an instrument through which the ships which get stuck in the sandbars near the river beds, they can be aided or they can be pulled out through that instrument. So he invented this thing in the year 1849. So please do remember this fact. Now let's come to question number 6. Which scientist discovered radioactive element radium? So radium was discovered by, correct option is option A, that is Marie Curie. So Marie Curie was the scientist and she discovered radium. A is the correct option. Now let's move to question number 7. The Indian nuclear program was started by. So the Indian nuclear program was started by, correct option is option B, that is Dr. Homi Jahangir Bhabha lead this Indian nuclear program, and it was started by this man only. And it was started, and through Indian nuclear program Homi Jahangir Bhabha wants to make India self-reliant when it comes to nuclear technology, and he also founded Tata Institute of Fundamental Research to conduct the nuclear science research, and this was done in the year 1945. So please do remember this fact. Now let's come to question number 8. Which of the following Indian scientists discovered mercurous nitride and also known as father of chemical science in India? So the correct option will be option number C, that is Prafulla Chand Roy. So he was the scientist who discovered mercurous nitride, and he is also known as father of chemical science in India. So C is the correct option, and he discovered this in the year 1896. Now let's come to question number 9. Who invented the first television? So the first television was invented by, correct option is option D, that is John Logie Bard. So he was the person who invented the color television or the television. D is the correct option. And he was a Scottish engineer, and the invention was done in the year 1937. Now let's move to question number 10, and this question is related to the SSC MTS exam, and the question is, chat GPT was invented by OpenAI. What is the full form of GPT? So the correct option will be option number C, that is generative pre-training transformer. So the full form of chat GPT is chat generative pre-training transformer. So C is the correct option, and the chat GPT was invented by, correct option is option, so it's not in option, so the correct answer will be OpenAI. So please remember this fact. Now let's move to question number 11. Henry Cavendish discovered which of the following? So Henry Cavendish discovered, correct option is option A, that is hydrogen. So hydrogen atom was discovered by Henry Cavendish. So A is the correct option. Now this invention was done in the year 1766. Now there is the list of important discoveries which we have to look into, and these discoveries were asked in the previous exams of SSC, railway, and banking and state PCS, and also somewhere in the UPSC exam also. So make sure that you please look into this list. Now coming to the first one is aeroplane. So airplane was invented by Wilbur and Oliver Wrights. So everyone have read this in their school textbook. So and it was done in the year, and they invented in the year 1903. Now second one is the blood group. So blood group was invented by Carl uh, Landsteiner. So he invented in the year 1900. Now third one is chloroform. So chloroform was invented by Sir James Young Simpson. And number fourth is diesel engine. So diesel engine was invented by Rudolf Diesel in the year 1892. Now fifth one is gramophone. Gramophone was invented by Thomas Edison, and Thomas Edison invented gramophone in the year 1878. Sometimes in the exam year is also asked, so make sure that you do remember the year also. Okay. Now let's move to the sixth one. Sixth one is helium. So helium was invented by the scientist Jules Janssen, and he invented in the year 1868. Now let's move to the seventh one. Seventh one is light bulb. So light bulb was invented by the famous scientist Thomas Edison in the year 1854. Eighth is microscope. So microscope is a device which is used to see the microscopic organisms, and it was invented by Zacharias Janssen in the year 1590. Now ninth one is the microphone. So microphone was invented by the famous scientist Alexander Graham Bell. So he invented this microphone, and he invented this in the year 1876. Now the reason could be asked that most of the inventions are done in the 1800, between 1800 to 1900. The reason being is that this period marks the period of industrial revolution. So with the advent of industrial revolution, many things happened in the society, in the educational system, and there were the requirements of many things. With the industrial revolution, people were able to earn more money. Now they are looking for the more convenience, and for looking for the more convenience, more such devices gets invented. So this is the reason why most of the inventions were done between 1800 to 1900. Now let's come to question number 10. Question number 10 is oxygen. So oxygen was invented by Joseph Priestley in the year 1774. Now the 11th one is penicillin. So penicillin was invented by Alexander Fleming in the year 1928. 12th and the last one is radio. So radio was invented by Guglielmo Marconi. So he was the person who invented radio in the year 1894. So I hope that you like the video. Do subscribe this channel and please share this video with your friends and known person. Thank you very much.